What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Crigler Show. Today we have a fun show, I guess. I try to keep it fun and lighthearted, but sometimes we got to get down and into it. I was going to have Bryson Gray on the show tonight, and he just informed me about 10 minutes ago that he forgot some sort of charger cord. He said, I'll be a few minutes late. I lost the power cord to my travel computer, and he's going to Best Buy right now. So that was 15 minutes ago. So we'll see whenever he shows up. And he literally just showed up right now. Bryson, what's going on?
Can you hear me good? I ain't got my professional set up right now. I feel like I feel weird just on the phone.
All right. Oh, so you're on your phone?
Yeah. Because I ain't have enough time to go to the Best Buy.
Okay. Oh, you didn't have time. All right. Well, I hope you get enough time to go before you join the Tuesday night's main event. I don't know.
Yes, sir.
I just saw you joining them. That's pretty cool. So, congrats. That's a fun show over there. And
thank you, man.
They're not very professional, so it's fine. Don't even worry about it. So I'm glad you're back on the show. Welcome back to the Crigler Show.
Of course.
Today, yeah, buddy. Today we're going to talk about your censorship. They love just putting a black man down. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's the racism for me.
It's totally racism, right? That's got to be it. No, the song is good, and so for those who don't know, we're just gonna dive right into this because YouTube. Now they didn't ban the video itself. He has a music video of his new song. Is it just called "Let's Go, Brandon"?
Yeah, but the video is banned. Yeah.
The video's someone else. I just watched it. Someone else uploaded it, right? Okay, because it wasn't on your.
They got a lot of views too. I'm trying not to talk about it because I don't want that to get banned too. So I just don't talk about the one that's on there because I feel like if I bring attention to it, they're going to ban whoever YouTube channel that is.
Okay, it may or may not be on YouTube right now, but it was taken down off of Bryson's channel. Now it's called "Let's Go, Brandon," and I mean, if you listen to the song. It's definitely the hook. It's something you specifically say in the hook that they knocked it for medical misinformation, and I can't repeat it because I actually just got a strike for medical misinformation myself, so I can't necessarily say verbatim what is in his song. I happen to like the song. I think it's got a good flow, and I'm glad you put Chandler in on it. He's killing it. But it's crazy to think how we are not allowed to have differing opinions, right? Differing thoughts on what's it going to be or what's happening. And I don't know. And I want everyone to go listen to the song because I want you to know what you're not allowed to hear, right? Because that's kind of important. We need to know what we're not allowed to hear so that we know I don't know. It's just like, when you see someone who actually is racist, right? That's something you want to know about. You're like, that's what true racism, that's what that looks like right there, that person. And we can all shame them together, right? Now, in this case, it's a little different because you're not necessarily wrong in your songs. I can't really say exactly. I mean, well, because we can't play it. So it's not really a big deal because I'm not saying what was said in his song, but I mean, if you listen to it, you'll kind of know. I think you'll know exactly why he got hit. I have this article here that I just want to bring up, and it's from Rebel News, and it is called "Wielding the Power." Let me see if I can bring this up. Nice. Wielding the Political Power by Google and YouTube. Google and YouTube not only control their own platforms, they get to control your access to all other platforms. I'll Google that is shorthand for I'll search for that, but most people don't even think of other search engines. Well, that's not necessarily true. I have a sneaking suspicion everyone that watches me uses DuckDuckGo or some sort of equivalent. You don't use Google, do you?
I downloaded DuckDuckGo before, and I started using it more because of the weird stuff that Google does.
Yeah. Although I did hear some weird things about DuckDuckGo because They're diversity hiring and, you know, filling the check boxes, which is kind of, yeah, whatever. You know, I don't know. It's just creeping in everywhere. Really, you can't really escape it. So, but YouTube recently announced that it would be expanding its level of censorship, prohibiting ads for and monetization of any videos that contradict well-established scientific consensus around the existence and causes of climate change. And I don't even think this is the only thing that they're talking about here, because just this line right here, contradict well-established scientific consensus. I just want to remind everybody, cigarettes once were considered healthy. They advertised for pregnant women to smoke cigarettes. Remember that? I mean, it was before our time, but that was DDT. You ever heard of that? You ever heard of DDT? Yeah, Silent Spring. Yeah, so that stuff is it was considered the norm. Asbestos, remember that? That's used to be the insulation for houses until we realized how much it caused cancer. Same with DDT. I'm sure there's plenty other things. Anything come to mind for you that used to be legal?
The main thing for me is the cigarettes, because the only people know how extreme it was before our time, but doctors used to smoke in the hospitals. Like, it was so normal that they used to smoke in the hospitals because the experts told you it was healthy.
Huh. Scientific consensus back in the day was cigarettes are healthy. So, you know, and then you got to add into the whole fact that scientists are human beings, and human beings, I don't know if you know this, are very prone to being bribed. Yeah, I mean, pay somebody off, give them a couple $1 million, which is chump change to these big pharma companies. Hey, you know what? We just slide this over, and let's pick the right scientists to have the right consensus. Just to bring this back up real quick, you know, have the correct, well-established scientific consensus. Look, science is about looking at everything and knocking out the ones that don't work, and then picking something, and then continually asking questions nonstop over and over and over again. That's what the scientific method is. Not going, you know what? That's the one. Let's go with that. Anything else is banned, is cut out outright, just done. You're no more discussion. We're not allowed to discuss anymore. We've chosen our narrative. That's our narrative. We're running with that. And this is the crazy part. So I got banned, or I got a strike. I've watched my video that they deemed medical misinformation so many times. I cannot. So, like, watching your video, I'm like, you know what? I could see how what you're saying pisses them off, right? Like, you're basically giving them the finger, you know, and you don't swear at all, but you're very much like, take this and deal with it. And
sir.
It's fantastic. But like, I didn't even do anything along those lines. I was reading from a government website. I was reporting on the Joe Rogan versus Gupta thing. And do you remember that when he basically called out Gupta for CNN lying about what Joe Rogan was doing? Not once did I do any medical misinformation. I was reading from a medical reports. I was claiming multiple times throughout the episode, I am not a medical professional. I am not advocating for anything. I am simply reporting on this news, and they still gave me a strike. And it leads me to believe that it's no longer even about medical misinformation. It's about questioning the narrative, period. It's about looking at that one chosen consensus, the well-established, as they mention here, the well-established scientific consensus. Okay, well, what if I want to ask the 10th doctor? 9 out of 10 doctors agree. Okay, well, what's that 10th doctor talking about? Right? What is he, you know, why didn't he go along with it? What is it? What did he know that the other doctors didn't? Or did he just have high morals and not take that payment, you know?
The funny thing to me is, even with my song, I know you know this. That's possibly one of my most least controversial songs of all time that I've
True.
made.
It's true. Yeah.
and and even what a lot of people are saying they could deem medical misinformation, that isn't even medical information. It's not. It's just me questioning what the narrative is, and I guess
Yep.
that pissed them off, of course. But I'm like, this is one of the most least controversial songs ever. There's like 20 Let's Go Brandon songs out,
Yep.
and
It's true.
and all of them talk about the same stuff. So why did mine get? It's a lot of interesting stuff going on.
Racism, yo. No.
That's what
Well,
it is.
it's because you have the biggest platform, I think. You have the biggest voice, so they need to remove that. You're the one who has probably the more subs than the other guys. I see the other videos. I know that one guy with the "Let's Go Brandon," that hook
Yeah.
in the background. And it's like, it's okay, but he's got, I don't know, 22,000 subs. I think it's like, it's not a huge channel, but it's a decent sized channel. I think 22,000 subs is nothing to scoff at. But when you have someone as well established in the community that you're in, like the MAGA world, the Christian society as well, you actually hit up multiple bubbles as well. It's not just like one group. So that guy's, I feel like, since you're already kind of established, they're like, whoa, all right, people are actually gonna hear his song more than this guy, the other guys who are just getting lucky because they hit on the "Let's Go Brandon" wave, which is, it's going on right now. And to be honest, let's go Brandon. You know what I'm saying? While we're on the subject, let's go.
Bro, it's like, I think on the rap charts, the top 8 songs in the rap charts, 5 out of the top 8 songs is a song titled "Let's Go Brandon." It is hilarious on iTunes. I don't know if you saw that article. It's like I forgot what the article is called, but they did a whole article calling us moronic, calling us idiots, saying Adele was going to pass us by the morning. Nobody's actually buying this garbage. That's what they said. And then I woke up this morning, and to my surprise, not only was Adele still below, but there's another Let's Go Brandon, the other guy Let's Go Brandon that passed her up.
Yeah, most popular president ever, huh? I mean,
oh yeah, 81 million, Adam.
Well, why are these songs trending then? What is it about these songs? Why do people gravitate toward them? Why are they being shared?
Hey, all I'm gonna say is, last time I talked to my parents on the phone, my daddy said he don't know if he can be a Democrat no more. And my mama said, "Let's go Brandon," and that's not a good look for the Democrats. I can tell you that now. You
Hold
met
on.
my daddy.
I know your dad. I met your dad. He said that. Wow.
Yes. He said he don't even know if he can be a Democrat no more. And then my mama said, "Well, let's go Brandon." Hey,
that is awesome.
I heard that. I said, "Yeah, Biden's in trouble." We got both of my parents saying that. I'm like, somebody's in trouble.
That's huge. That's huge. Yeah, I know your dad. He is very strong in his ways. So to hear that, that's yo, Biden, you're in trouble. Democrats, he was defending you. I don't know if you guys caught when Bryson was first on my show. He drove, was it 5 hours? I think he drove 6 hours.
Yep, something like that. Yep.
He drove 6 hours to be on my show, and his dad came with, and I needed another mic because his dad kept chiming in from the other room. He's like, "You're wrong. No, my son's crazy." And man, it was a good time. But I remember very distinctly that he was not up into Trump, not into, which still might be true. It's not that he's changed his ways there, but he's very adamantly a Democrat, and to hear that, that's great, actually. It's a tide is shifting, and it does feel like there is kind of a tide shifting among many other things, which we're actually going to talk about. So like that censorship stuff. Before we move on, I just want to say I'm glad that you're still number one, man. I'm grateful that you're successful and you're doing your thing. It's great.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Everyone go check out Bryson Gray's stuff. He's awesome. And he is currently number one right now on iTunes for rap music. It's still number one, right? I think you are still number one.
It's still number one on iTunes. We actually hit number one on Amazon also. If you go to Amazon,
Nice.
and I think we're number 21 worldwide on iTunes. So if you have 99 cents, go buy it. There's another one under me, and if you don't mind cussing in songs, buy all of Let's Go Brandon. There's literally like 10 of them available. But mine's the one with no cursing, and it's the one that's number one. So all you gotta do is hit charts, and you should see me right there.
Nice. Well, that's awesome. So speaking of the tide turning, I want to talk about Dave Chappelle. The whole Dave Chappelle thing. I know that you're quite outspoken about a lot of this subject, but I want to talk about it because I think it's ridiculous. I have spoken about it a little bit, but there's been an update. For those who don't know, a lot of trans activists are basically demanding that Netflix take down The Closer, which is his most recent comedy special that just came out a couple weeks ago. And it's actually, did you watch it? Have you seen The Closer?
I watched a lot of it. I genuinely didn't think it was that funny.
Okay.
But of course, I like the anti-LGBT rhetoric, so.
Well, but that's the thing, though. It's not necessarily anti, because
it's actually pandered.
Well, what he was really doing, though, and what they're missing is he was including them. He was actually being inclusive by making fun of all of them, right? That's what they're all missing. He was including them. If you need some sort of safe space, that means you're actually the one segregating yourself. When, hey, everyone gets made fun of. He made fun of me. I'm a white guy. He makes fun of white people all the time. I don't care. Every time. Yeah. What you think? Am going to assume that he suddenly hates me? No. If he was in a room with me, he'd probably be cordial and nice and have a conversation. I mean, whatever. If I was lucky to talk to Dave Chappelle, it'd be fantastic.
Are you sure you don't want to go out and protest Netflix? Are you sure? Come on, Adam.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Yeah. So Dave Chappelle came out and said, well, this is from Variety, which take it as you will, because Variety is, I don't know, they're left leaning to just say the least. Okay, but they came out there and said Dave Chappelle willing to discuss The Closer with trans community, but says he's not bending to anyone's demands. And I love that. He's not going to bend to anyone's demands. So you said he's pandering. It's like, I don't know if he's pandering, dude, because if he was pandering, then he might actually bend to their demands, because he's not.
So
and you know what? Explain it. Yeah, explain how he was pandering to them.
So I watched like half of it, and maybe I should have watched all of it. When I watched half of it, if you watch all of it in context, he was like sort of giving a little praise to the LGBT community while making fun of them. Because if you, like you said earlier, if you can't get made fun of, then you actually are weird. So you should want to get made fun of, But if you watch the entire thing, he was sort of like, praising them a little bit, but still joking about them, like like you said, trying to be inclusive. And even that statement he made, I'll discuss The Closer with the trans community. I feel like that's still like the reason why they're boycotting him is because we treat the LGBT community like babies. Like if they cry and scream and they don't get what they want, then we just give them what they want, and we continue doing that. And that slippery slope has shown to get more and more and more and more extreme over the last like 10 years. So if I was Dave Chappelle, I'd be like, I'm not discussing anything with you. Just it's quite simple. I'm not discussing anything with you. I said what I said. It was hilarious.
You know what? I got to agree with you. I think that listening to the way David Chappelle spoke about it all, the fact that he's saying, I think it's more of he wants to have that conversation and have it live and basically tell them like, I don't care. I could hear his voice. Hey, yeah, I'm here to discuss it, but I just want to let you know it doesn't matter. I don't care what you have to say. But just giving them that inch though is the issue. You give them an inch, they demand a mile. You give them a mile, they're like, you know what? I'll take everything. I'll take everything you got. Give me everything. I'll take the keys to your house.
They have taken it. Think about it. Look at, like Dave Chappelle said, we look at the baby. He killed somebody, Adam. I
Yeah.
remember he's from Charlotte. I'm from like an hour away. Like he killed somebody at Walmart. Not only did he not get canceled for that, he was praised. That's why the baby is so popular now, the rapper. And as soon as he say one thing, and he didn't even direct anything to the LGBT community. He literally didn't. What he said was just something that is something we like from the black community. Everybody says, and then everybody got offended and say he's homophobic, blah blah blah. And he got canceled over that, but not killing somebody. I'm like, this is a very weird situation we're in. I don't know. This is crazy to me.
Yeah, it is a weird situation. I mean, they're taking offense, and that is in itself the problem. Stop taking offense. Stop giving a shit what other people think. I'm sorry, I try not to swear on my show, and I don't. Some people might think that's not even a swear, but it's frustrating, and how much power these people give what they deem hate speech, right? Or what they deem things that offends them. That is just how dare you damaged my soul because you misgendered me. It's like, oh my, get over yourself. You're nobody. I'm nobody. Nobody is anyone. We're all specks of dust worth absolutely nothing. And if you are spending your energy being upset because someone said something that you don't like, I mean, that says a lot about you. And you need to focus more on you than you do on other people. And they just don't want to do that. They want everyone. They want to blame everyone else.
Like you said, we need to stop caring about what people think about us. And that's not only with LGBT. Of course, that's the most extreme version of it. But just simply with regular liberals. I feel like conservatives put too much stock in what liberals say about them. Oh, the liberal news said this. We don't want to be called these names by the left. So we need to not do certain things. The left doesn't do that. You know, I said this and people got mad at me. I said, as a conservative, and I was speaking generally about conservatives and right-leaning people now, period, we claim to be the alphas and all the lefties to be the beta males and blah, blah, blah. But who's the people that's not afraid to say what they think? Who are the people that's not afraid to go out there, boycott your business, and go home and not even care and wake up and do it again every day? Who are the people that will literally stop supporting a company, stop supporting an app, stop supporting everything? They will take their money and keep it without budging so that place can lose money. The conservatives don't do that. Conservatives still got Netflix. They still watch Netflix, and they make up excuses for it. You know what I'm saying? We can't be the real alphas because we scared. People scared to wear MAGA hats. Nobody is scared to wear Black Lives Matter shirts, Black Lives Matter gear. White liberals do it every day. We have to stop caring because as long as they're winning that front, that's why a small percentage of the country seems to be the loudest because we are the most quiet. And if we're not quiet, we're towing the line and making sure we don't get called them scary names. Don't call me racist. Don't call me homophobic. Don't call me all the other things they make up.
Yep, you got a point. I mean, what would an alpha do? An alpha would not give two craps about what anyone else thinks. I mean, and on that note, I mean, it makes me think of you. Like, you don't care at all. Like, you stand firm on your viewpoints and to the fact people hate you for it, you know. And I've had people on my show before that have a strong disliking of you, and I don't care because I like that. I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you on all things, but that's okay. Does that mean I shouldn't have you on my show anymore? Should we not be friendly towards each other? It's like, no, it's, we can disagree on specific things. Like, that's fine. Well, on the most part, what's up?
No, I was saying you're supposed. That's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to disagree with somebody. Like, this is how I look at life. Like, perfect example. If you're an atheist and I know you don't believe in God, but you know I believe in God, we should have that understanding. So we should already go into this knowing there's disagreements we're gonna have. That doesn't mean we have to be best friends. Neither does that mean we have to be enemies at the end of the day, though. We should be able to have conversations, disagreements and conversations, and still say, hey, what's up the next day, and not try to cancel each other over that. Even
civil discourse.
Civil discourse, man. And that's the problem I have even with the people on the right. They act just like the left. They don't want to have that civil discourse with me. They'll rather hate me, tell everybody else they hate me, and it's like, bro, that's weird.
Well, I loved watching your Twitch I want to say battles, but they were. You would specifically find leftist Twitter or Twitch people, and not just like go in their chat and bombard them, but actually invite them and have conversations with them. And man, it's so hard to watch, because when you have someone who's very well informed, and you are going up against someone who is a sheep with the talking points that you very quickly debunk, it always devolves right into this like, well, and it's just like, oh my goodness, like, and even after that, this is the sad part, nothing changed. They were just like, you know what, Bryce is just a bad guy. Like that's their take from it. They didn't go, well, maybe he's right. Maybe I am just following these talking points. Maybe I am brainwashed to just believe what I'm told to believe. No, they don't go there. They go, I can't believe he triggered my entire worldview. Now I'm angry, and I'm just going to focus on the anger and be a victim. Bryson made me a victim. Boom. Now I get to be angry and stick with that.
And then they come together and get me banned on Twitch. I'm gonna be honest, I've been banned from a lot, but the one that actually like made me feel a type of way negatively, like even the YouTube ban, I literally laughed. But Twitch, because I literally enjoy going on Twitch, talking to the leftists, playing video games, talking to people. I enjoy it so much, just chill, not a lot. And they came together, got me banned on Twitch, and then they bragged about it on Twitter. Like the group of people that got me banned on Twitch, they bragged about it on Twitter. And I said, bro, I triggered y'all that much. Y'all had to go out of y'all way to just make the attempt. Like, that's crazy, bro.
Definitely, dude. They definitely did not like you. And it sucks, because I watched a lot of those videos that you would make with those people, and you weren't disrespectful. You were very well, see, this is the thing, though. To me, it's not disrespectful, right? To you, it wouldn't be disrespectful. But for them, when you say anything that goes against their worldview, that's disrespectful. So like to them, they're like, wow, I can't believe how rude, and this guy's so mean. And it's like, well, he's just actually spouting. It's called logic and facts. So when you are triggered by facts and logic, it's kind of, it makes sense that they can't handle it. So
I know, like, because I'm from the South, so I'm from North Carolina, born and raised, and I grew up in the Black community. So like, a lot of people, like, if you grew up north, you're gonna take the way I talk a totally different way than how I'm talking. Like, to me, this is regular. Like, you was around me and my dad. This is how me and my dad talk to each other. This is how me and my sisters talk to each other.
It's true.
It's literally just how we talk. But when I talk like certain people that don't understand that Southern stuff, they be like, he's just perfectly being rude. I'm like, no, this is literally how I talk with my parents.
I can vouch. I mean, I've been in between you guys like a referee. Jeez. Oh man. So look at this. I have this. Actually, no, I got to reload it. This is actually when Chappelle. I gotta take this away. This is when he announced that he would share audio. There we go. Okay.
And if you want me, I'd be more than willing to, but I have some conditions. First of all, you cannot come if you have not watched my special from beginning to end.
Okay. Can you hear it, by the way?
Yes, I can hear it.
Okay. I can tell you right now, none of these people that are triggered about his special have watched the whole thing. I'm telling you. I just don't believe it. I do not believe they watched the entire thing. I mean, you didn't even watch the whole thing. That by the end, you could tell that he is actually saddened. Spoiler alert, people. I'm going to spoil it a little bit. He mentioned his friend Daphne, who's a trans woman, biological male, who laughs at all of his jokes because he's funny. All right. Like it wasn't the funniest of his specials, but that wasn't the point of that special. The closer was not about it being funny. It had some moments. I did laugh a bunch, but it wasn't about that. It was about calling out the LGBT community. I mean, you say he was pandering, but he was also calling them out for not being able to take a joke, for being triggered. And guess what? That is exactly what happened, especially because they didn't watch it. Because if they did, they'd know that if they got triggered by it, you're making it, he's going to be right. You're proving his point by being triggered. So if you watch the whole thing, you'll know that he actually isn't against the LGBT community, transgender. He's just against white people. That's all it is. And, I mean, he made it very clear. He actually says exactly that. But let's, I want to hear his other two reasons as well.
You must come to a place of my choosing.
Understood.
At a time of my choosing.
Sure.
And thirdly, you must admit that Hannah Gadsby is not funny.
And of course, he had to throw a joke in there. I don't even know who Hannah Gadsby is. I did a little research, and I guess it's a stand-up comic. I watched a couple of her jokes. My goodness. It was not good. Turns out there was like laugh tracks involved. A bunch of people were talking about it on Twitter. I don't see it. I don't see the funniness. Maybe she's got some moments, but she sounded awfully woke, like woke comedy. Woke comedy. That's the worst because it's based on like the emotional triggers of people and also fake news. It's like watching Stephen Colbert now. When you know the truth of the news, watching Stephen Colbert, you're like, oh, that's not even true. Why you're making a joke off of lies though? People are laughing in the crowd. Why are you guys laughing? That's not even true. I hate that. It's so frustrating. I'm like, oh, if you guys knew what the truth was, you would be more frustrated than laughing because he's lying to you and then reiterating that lie with jokes. And that's all basically late night comedy now.
I don't even like comedy that toes a lot. Comedy is supposed to go against the grain. It's the same way I feel about rap music. Rap music is meant to go against what's popular. It's meant to low key offend you. And the simple fact that that's what comedy is meant. Like if the comedy isn't offensive, like how is it funny? I don't understand. That's not comedy. I don't know, man.
No, you're absolutely right.
I grew up on Cat Williams and
Dude, Richard Pryor. Have these people ever listened to Richard Pryor or early Eddie Murphy when he was still doing cocaine? Or did I just how did I just Oh, okay, I'm back. All right. I remember watching Eddie Murphy's Raw when I was like 14 years old, and I had never heard a lot of the words that he chose to use. And it was so funny though, because he rips apart everyone. I mean, that it makes me think of this meme that I saw recently. It was Rage Against the Machine in the 90s. There's a picture of the lead singer singing into mic. It's like, F you, I won't do what you tell me. And then it's like, that's leftists in the 90s. And then there's a picture of leftists nowadays, and it's that woman who screams no, like, no! And, she's doing her, like, in your face look, and it says, F you, you do what I tell you, or what they tell you. And that's what it is. It's like switched to like somehow now be Rage for the Machine, rap, comedy, all these things. It's like we've lost our spines. What happened to our spines?
Do you remember in the 90s when they were trying to ban Eazy-E, Ice-T, 2 Live Crew? It was liberals defending freedom of speech. It was the liberals defending the freedom of speech, saying you may not like it, but they should have the right to say it anyway. And then them same people growing up to say, no, take that song off Spotify, take that song off SoundCloud. No, that video cannot be on YouTube. Like this might be the what they call it, the big switch.
I got an absolute glorious tweet. This is from Defiant L's. If you guys don't know this account, it is an amazing account, and they post just they go back in time and find some history on some tweets. Here it is right here. This is from Gary McQuiggan, posted by Defiant L's. It's not censorship when a private company decides to remove you from its platform. You don't have an inalienable right to a Twitter account. This is from 6/20/20. Okay. And then look at this. This is it. Actually, let me just show you guys so you can see it all. Whether or not you agree with what we publish, it shouldn't be the whim of giant tech companies to delete us overnight without explanation. And this is today. That's right. This is today. Okay. You have to allow everything or nothing. That's it. Free speech is free speech, period. It should be on the internet. It should be all speech should be allowed, period. No exceptions. I mean, Noam Chomsky, he said that in the 80s, 70s. There's this video of him being just torn apart by these, leftists at the time about how he was saying, like, freedom of speech. It doesn't matter what they say. You have to defend their right to say it, because if you start now, then where does it end? And it's like, he has a point. He had a point back then. Of course, now he's saying that the unvaccinated should be rounded up and, forced quarantine. Like, dude's gone off the deep end, but he was at least correct way back in the day when he was saying all free speech should be and remain always free. I may not like what you have to say, but I will defend your right to say it. Isn't that the line? Isn't that what America was based on? That's what it should be. You say whatever you want. You do whatever you want. If you're an adult, all right? Start messing with kids, we've got serious issues. Now, obviously, I'm talking about the whole trans thing. And I kind of want to talk about that a little bit, because they are forcing it on kids and it's pissing me off. I cannot stand it. Look, if you're an adult, Bryson, I know you're very opinionated on this subject, but I don't care. If you're an adult, you do whatever you want. But if you start pushing it on kids, start trying to manipulate children. I mean, look at this tweet. This is from Vladimir Putin. I kid you not. This is from Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin slams monstrous West for teaching children they can change their gender, saying it is close to a crime against humanity.
Based.
I mean, is he wrong, people? All right. Is he wrong? Is he even wrong?
Listen.
No, he's not.
Listen,
he's not wrong. I'll say it. It's my show. I got to say it. He's not wrong.
I can't respond the way I want to because I don't want to get you in trouble. But
thank you. That's why I said I'll say it. It's my show. I gotta say it.
but what I will say is, come on, just basic human nature. This is basic nature level type stuff. This isn't confusing. Right. It's only confusing because of the slippery slope. And when they teach it to kids, it's a great plan they got going right now.
Yes,
when you teach it to the kids they don't really know basic right from wrong if you're teaching it to them so young. So when they get about 13, they're going to look at you crazy for saying there's only two genders. Now you're the crazy one. You're the wild one now. And that's where we're heading. In the next 20 years, man, it's going to be a super, super wild stuff. And that's all I'm going to say. Because anything else, I'll probably get you.
Yo, thank you. I kind of brought this upon myself by talking about this, but it doesn't matter. I mean, we got Putin that's blasting critical race theory, and it's not just the whole trans movement. It's critical race theory as well. And he talks and compares it to the Bolsheviks of the early Russia, 19th century, 1890 to 1917, I believe. And it's, the Bolshevik Revolution. Here I have an article. Let me pop this up. This is from Not the Bee, which of course is, please don't confuse it with Babylon Bee, which is the satire site. Not the Bee is news that seems like it should be a part of the Babylon Bee, but it's actually real. I do tend to like their takes. They're pretty based on many levels. Putin blasts wokeism and compares it to the 1917 Bolshevik Revolution, slams critical race theory and the practice of calling women birthing people, which is just insulting because they are getting rid of women everywhere. Let's see here. This is from his speech. He says, "We see with bemusement the paralysis unfolding in countries that have grown accustomed to viewing themselves as the flagships of progress." Of course, he is talking about America here. "Of course, it's none of our business or what is happening, the social and cultural shocks that are happening in some countries, in the Western countries, some believe that aggressive blotting out of whole pages of your own history. Again, he is definitely talking about America here. The affirmative action of the interest of minorities and the requirement to renounce the traditional interpretation of such basic values as mother, father, family, and the distinction between sexes are a milestone, a renewal of society. You know, I gotta say, he's dead on. He is dead on point. They want to get rid of what mother is. They don't want they want to be the father. The government basically wants to be the father and let mothers just be on welfare or whatever a mother is to them anyway. Let's see, family. Well, they don't want us to be, they don't want people close family. I mean, they want to get rid of religion. I know that you're a very religious guy, and I see a very, very important part of what religion does for a society. It keeps people together. It keeps people grounded. It keeps people focused. We have lost that. Look, I'm not religious right now. I have my own views on that. I'm not trying to talk about that necessarily, but I understand the importance of community, the importance of having a purpose, the importance of the values that religion does give people. They're trying to get rid of all of this: family, religion, sexes, mothers, fathers. They are trying to renew society in this new build back better movement, I guess I should say, because that's really what it is, right? So go ahead. What do you got to say? I know you got some things to say here.
You know who Zuby is, right?
Of course.
So Zuby was in Tennessee, and we got dinner. We just had a long conversation, and he grew up in other countries. He's lived in many different countries. Yeah. And when we was talking, America is the best country in many aspects. When you compare our culture, social culture, to other countries, we are actually bankrupt in that sense. And a lot. And not saying these countries are good. I'm just pointing out aspects of things. In a lot of countries in the Middle East, it's rarely you'll see a homeless person. It's rare you see a homeless person. It's rare that you will see an addict. It's rare that you will see somebody drunk. It's rare that you will see a woman have children out of wedlock. It's rare that you will see a family not together. These things are rare. That's why you don't have a lot of the same social issues that plague us in this country. So my thing is, how can we find the balance? And a lot of these countries, of course, they base everything on their religion that I happen to disagree with. But I can't deny simple numbers. And my thing is, how can we balance it? Because we have allowed things to stray too far. We live in crazy land. This is crazy land. Let's be honest. This is crazy land.
Yeah, it does feel like we live in crazy land. I agree.
You got banned. You don't even know why you got banned. They gave me 2 strikes in one day.
Really?
Yeah, 2 strikes in one day. Yep.
For the same video or what?
The lyric video and the music video.
Wow.
They were so gracious. They banned one of my live streams from last week. I'm like, where did that come from? And then they said, since it's all the same day, we're not gonna give you a strike for this one.
Thank you, overlords. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So gracious, so kind.
Oh man, it's crazy. I mean, this wokeism. I mean, it's being called out by Putin of all people. It's crazy. I mean, I just started this article. This is the beginning. And for those who want to read any of the articles that I bring up on my show, you can go to locals, adamcrigler.locals.com. I post all of the articles. So if you want to read the articles that I bring on stream, you can go read them yourselves. No worries. I always post them up over there. But this whole woke culture, I'm sick of it, man. I'm so fed up with these people thinking that, and he mentions it here, it's catering to the minorities, affirmative action in the interest of minorities. They keep saying about democracy. Democracy is, minorities have no say, right? The minority gets drowned out, and we are almost the opposite of democracy right now, because the minorities who are screeching the loudest are getting David Chappelle to talk to them. Like, why? You make a good point. Why is he even talking to them? Why are you giving them any sort of power? Why are you giving them an inch? Why are you giving them any energy at all, Chappelle? You shouldn't. You're above that. You don't need to stoop down to their level and try to explain it to them, because guess what? They don't care. They're not trying to meet you. They're trying to just push their narrative, and that's what they want. And Netflix came out already and said, we're not getting rid of it. Guess what?
Listen,
Netflix made a lot of money. They got so many people to go onto Netflix and watch that special. Am I wrong?
You know what's funny? A lot of the people that's like boycotting it, I bet you they didn't even like. I know the majority didn't watch the entire thing, but I'm willing to bet 70% of the people boycotting didn't even watch it at all.
I agree.
I'm willing to bet.
I would put money on that also. Yep, definitely. They definitely did not watch it. There's no doubt in my mind. All right, let's get into some super chats. Before I do, I just want to say, Bryson, it's always a pleasure to have you on my show, mate.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for letting me back on again. You know me anytime, man.
Yeah. And so you're joining up on Tuesday night main event over at the Geeks and Gamers, guys.
Yes, I love stuff like that. 'Cause I love gamers. That's why I like you a lot too, because you're a gamer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
man.
I like talking to other gamers, and I can talk about politics, culture, and gaming. That is beautiful. That's everything I live for.
For those who don't know, you guys definitely got to go check it out. Geeks and Gamers. Oh, maybe I should subscribe. Don't tell them I wasn't subbed, but now I am officially a subbed over to Geeks and Gamers. But they are great. You guys check them out. I've joined them a few times over at Tuesday night's main event. Tonight, Bryson is joining them. Hopefully you can get over to Best Buy before the show. Or actually, I don't know. It starts in 2 hours. You probably have time, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I got time. I'm sure I'm in an Airbnb right now. I'm pretty sure there's a Best Buy somewhere around here. Right on.
All right, first we got Minion. It says Rumble acquired Locals. Really? Interesting. Yeah, Locals. I like Locals. I do need to get more into using my alternative platforms, just in case YouTube does finally cut the cord. Yeah, and set something up for myself. Robert Wild says, I hope this makes Betty and Diana smile. You and Mom and everyone here are so kind. Thanks for all the love and kindness. Thank you. Right on, Robert. That's so kind of you, and I appreciate the love of my chat as well. Got the best chat in all of YouTube, hands down. Let's see. Dizzit says they can't cancel Crigler. Welcome back. Thank you very much. It is good to be back. That is certainly the truth.
Was today your first day back?
No, yesterday was. Yeah, all last week I was down, but then I started twitching again, so that was fun. I started getting back on Twitch. Gerald, thank you for becoming a member. Ding 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 ding. I don't have a bell to ring, but I appreciate that. You can now spin the UFO in chat with my emotes. If you are a member in chat, please do spin that UFO. You guys know the deal. You can hit up the custom emotes because I got them on my channel. Let's see here. Mark Robishaw says, at least we can all laugh at Biden. It's so true. It's true. I mean, how can you not laugh at the guy, right? You know, there's some people out there that are like, oh, I feel bad for him. I'm like, I don't feel bad for him. He chose to be in that position. He's a doddering old man, yes, but he should be retired. He should be living in a friggin' home somewhere, just chilling. The dude is gone mentally. I'm sorry. I just don't feel bad for him. Gerald Armstrong says, Adam, Red Eagle told me that he saw your message, was waiting for you to respond to his message. Oh, right on. Yeah, you know what? It all happened last week when I took a break. I took a break from YouTube. Took a break from streaming because I got a strike, and I was like, you know what? I don't take vacation. I work every day. I'm just gonna enjoy it. And I played some games. I hung out with my mom, and it was good. But I'll get back to him and have him on the show for sure. Sir Thomas Drake says, bro, I just found out I have COVID antibodies. University of Washington tested me. I don't have the vax. Natural immunity is best. Right on. Congratulations, Sir Thomas Drake. I like your name as well. That's cool. Robert Shaw says, real medical misinformation is crystals can heal. Yeah, I mean, what if we find out one day that they can heal? Wouldn't that be nuts? I don't believe it. I don't believe it, but what if you just need the right cosmic rays to infuse into them, right? We're missing like the key piece. No, I'm sorry. Just kidding. The Real Hydro says, Adam, glad to see you're back. And Bryson Gray, I'm from the East and I blast your music. Nice.
Let's go. Thank you so much.
All right. Robert Shaw says, heroin was considered good for your health. Yes. They were putting cocaine in like Coca-Cola. Yes. Coca-Cola had cocaine in it.
Facts.
Come on. Yeah. Craziness. G Money says non-stick pans, phytoestrogens. Interesting, right? So don't cook with those, right? Robert Shaw says lead in paint, lead in fuel, lead pipes. I didn't even think about the lead stuff. That lead was in gasoline. We were literally pushing vapor lead into the atmosphere when we were driving around. If you stood next to a car, lead in paint. That's right, paint. And pipes. Your water runs through it. It would seep into the water. Yeah, lead poisoning. Scientists say, experts say, lead is bad for you. Robert Shaw says Bryson is no longer considered black. CNN reports.
So true.
Mr. Squiggle says they Epstein's the 10th doctor. Oof. 9 out of 10 doctors agree with that statement. Fantastic Mr. Knox says YouTube bans Bryson Gray's song for medical misinformation. YouTube also allows songs like WAP, which kids shouldn't be watching. Yet here we are. I mean, yeah, there it is. It's true. Not Tim says simply, you're wrong. Well, thank you, not Tim. I don't care. Fantastic Mr. Knox says, doesn't matter if Dave Chappelle gets canceled. The man will have sold out shows, while comedians like Hannah Gadsby will have to continue to complain when people don't laugh at her jokes. Dave Chappelle's not getting canceled. He is uncancelable. Good luck. Good luck trying to cancel one of the biggest comedians on the planet.
Of all time,
right? At least of our time, right? Because
of our time,
1,000 years ago, what if there was like this really funny like Spaniard that would travel around Europe and make everyone laugh? We don't know. I don't know. I didn't live back then. So, Sectus Gaming celebrating 6 months of membership. Thank you so much. He says, "Holy moly, just got here and already know this is going to be a based show." God bless. It was rather based. I think we hit some triggering points. I'm sure this episode might trigger a few people, but at least I don't think we'll trigger the terms of service of YouTube. So I think we'll be good there. That's all I really care about. The Real Hydro says, Adam, what is one thing you disagree with Bryson about? Let's see.
Don't get banned.
No, I think people can be gay, and that's fine with me. It's your personal preference. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I don't think it's a sin, but again, I'm not religious. So this is the thing. It's like we disagree on it, but we have different belief systems. So it's hard to, I understand his belief system is different from mine. So it's not, it's hard to say, do you know what I'm trying to say?
It's two separate belief systems, period. So, like, what we base our morals on are literally two different things, even though they come close, right, which is why we can connect in the middle of it. But since it's two different belief systems, it's hard to really compare. So it's not necessarily it's a disagreement on what we believe in, but it's not technically a disagreement because since we're based on two different belief systems. That's like comparing the NBA to soccer.
Yeah, it's similar, but, we So I disagree. I disagree there. I think it's okay to be gay. It doesn't bother me. Mark Robershaw says, I disagree with the lack of facial hair. What do you mean? We're both rocking facial hair. What are you talking about?
I don't have a beard like him though. I'm not like
him. Is this a beard?
I wish.
This is not a beard. No. What?
It's better than mine. You
Yeah,
embarrassing me.
yeah, that's
Come do it on
embarrassing.
camera.
Yeah, you should do something about that. Not Tim says wrong. Okay, it's all right. Cool. You think what you want. I don't ever care. SD guy says America first. Let's go.
Let's go.
Nothing wrong with America first, man. I think we gotta clean our rooms before we judge others. J Max says the Nazi Party was socialist. Just a reminder. Let's go, Brandon. They were, and they had some effed up beliefs. Yeah. To say the least. My goodness. Kendra says, I appreciate the constructive criticism of the right. Thanks for the conversation. Okay. You know what? I reserve the right to criticize everyone and everyone, especially myself. And I want people to criticize me. I'm okay with that. You know, I don't like just being outright told I'm wrong and then have my own points reiterated to me in a different way. That's just annoying. But, you know, when constructive criticism, constructive conversations are absolutely a must. We should have more of that. Leg of Doom says, I hope this shows how much I care what others think. Be blessed. Have a blessed night. You both have a blessed life. This is me, Robert Wiles. Robert, I know it. I figured it was you. I mean, you still have the same profile picture, but I guess those who are just listening and didn't see your super chat might not have recognized that it's you, but you changing your name to Leg of Doom. For those who don't know, Robert Wiles only has one leg and has an artificial leg, and he has renamed himself Leg of Doom, but he doesn't care what other people think. You know, he makes fun of himself about the leg, and it's not a big deal to him, and that's awesome. That's the energy right there. Pork Lamp says, last super chat didn't show up. You should check out the Ancient Order of Men. He's a based good dude who talks politics and science fiction. Right on. Cool. Yeah, I don't tend to watch a lot of people's content that are talking about similar things that I talk about because I don't want to be influenced by their opinion on it. I tend to just see the news stories and come to my own conclusions because I don't want to be a follower. I try to have my own viewpoint on everything. But I'll check it out. Yeah, why not? Robert Shaw says he called out the alphabet for ending his friend. Yes, he did. That is, of course, I don't know if you said you didn't watch all of it, but by the end, he basically says it's the LGBTQ community that came after his transgender friend who defended him. A week later, she killed herself, and he's saying that it's their fault. They came after her. They were just absolutely destroying her online, and it's their fault. So it's kind of like, oh dang, like he kind of held up a mirror like, hey, this you here, this is what you guys are doing. You are literally the fascists. You're the ones that are, I mean, I'm adding context here, but
yeah.
True. You called him out for it. Smith 6079 Smith says, by the way, smash like, celebrating 5 months of membership. Thank you so much. Smash that like button, everybody. I appreciate that. Smash it for Bryson. Definitely go follow him everywhere. Really easy to find him. Just type in his name, Bryson Gray. Let's see. Robert Shaw says Putin is a real gangster.
Hey.
I mean, when you're that based, you know, I mean, it's crazy. Robert Shaw says, funny how as evil as Putin is portrayed, we agree with him on critical race theory, wokeness garbage, and what has happened to the world. Have we switched sides? No, I think we're just seeing who the real baddies are, like the people who are really affecting everything in a negative light. Virtual is trust with a $10 super chat says Adam C. and Bryson FJB. We need to fire Biden fast before he mandates that tens of thousands more will lose their job. I mean, I talked about this on my show a couple of weeks back. The mandate is nothing more than words on a paper. It's not law. It's some people, for some reason, they're trying to treat it like law. It's not. That would be unconstitutional. Even the Democrats said for months, we cannot mandate it. It's not what we can legally do. Nancy Pelosi said it. Jen Psaki said it. Biden said it. All of those big players that are in their little circle jerk group have said it, and for some reason they've convinced people that it's a mandate. It's not. Jason Dixon says, bro, Shiba Inu is 0.00005, bought in at 0.000001. Cool. Jason Dixon loves his cryptocurrency. That's what I can take away from that. And that's a pretty big, that's a 0.00004 increase. I mean, that's, man, killing it. Robert Shaw says, Robert's leg has taken over his mind. Rip Robert Wiles. Jason Dixon says, by the way, your 15th month anniversary was during your strike timeout. I subbed the hour you were granted subs. I remember being one of the very first. Thank you very much, Jason. I appreciate that a lot. And I miss having your bell to ding whenever anyone becomes a new member. It's really cool. I love that thing. Robert Shaw Wiles says, Decrypted in chief is sadly lonely old man. Dude, Biden is an old man. Dude should be retired. Don't you think?
Yes. Yeah, I actually feel bad for him sometimes. I
can't feel bad. I felt bad for him before DNC chose him to be president. When he was running, I was like, oh man, I feel bad for this old guy. Like, what is he doing? Dude, you're not there. What are you doing? And then they chose him, and I'm like, wait, what? You're gonna actually run the old dude? And then they were like, yeah, it doesn't matter. We just need a face. We just need a face.
They need a face. They need somebody to do it. That's it.
No, we need someone to blame who's not going to be around much longer. That's what I think it is.
Oh.
So
true.
Take that fall.
True.
Robert Shaw says, don't pay taxes to the Fed. It's revolution time. I can't say that because I don't want to get in trouble with anyone. I'm not advocating for any. That was a super chat. He's not even American. This dude's Australian. What are you doing, man?
No comment.
You're like, I kind of agree with that. Robert Shaw says, Boomer warned Biden not to do it. Yeah. Why is 98% of rap music these days mumble trash? Robert Shaw Wiles asks, why? Why is that? Why is it all mumble trash? Huh?
Because these labels are going to find the rappers that are about the most disgusting things so they can put money, millions of dollars behind it, and to push it onto your children, your kids, your nephews. Fun fact, rap is the most popular genre in this country. So all that 98% trash is going into somebody ears and influencing them in some way, shape, or form.
Please, please, please be a parent to your children. That's all I'm going to say to that. Be a parent to your kids. Don't let mumble rap be the parent. Don't let the government be the parent. Be a parent to your children. And I honestly feel like I'm preaching to the choir here because I feel like my chat, the people that show up for me, agree with that, and are a part of their kids' lives. The people that need to hear it, they don't watch my show. They don't want to hear what I have to say. This
is one of the reasons I make the music, though, because we need an alternative. Rap is the most popular genre, if you like it or not. So the least I can do is try to offer an alternative rather than, Bryson Gray, not Cardi B. You feel me?
Boom. Right there. Yep. Fantastic Mr. Knox says, who would expect, though Putin be based with his opinions on the current world views of the West? What a world. I wasn't expecting to see that. But then I saw it. I was like, man, that's some good stuff right there. Not Tim says, too bad. Hey, man, I'll keep taking your money, not Tim. Robert Shaw says, how long before they make a mandate gene editing? I mean, I can't say anything. I want to say something right now, but I'm not going to say it. I think you know what I would have said. I can't say it because I'll get in trouble. Robert Shaw says, get some nice hair implants, not Tim. I like that. See, now they're super chatting against not Tim. Chris Holmes says, when the leader of Russia criticizes the U.S., you are in trouble. And well, he was criticizing the woke U.S. So I feel like there's a big difference between U.S. and the woke crowd because they do not represent me. at all. And I
At all.
think at all, right? I mean, I am proud to be American. None of those people are proud to be American. They think that it's some sort of shameful thing to be American. And that's terrible. That's a terrible tragedy because America is awesome. I love America. Not Tim says it's actually 0.000499 increase. Cool. Thanks for that math. Great. Sector says, I want a spicy 69 roll one of these days. Yeah, I know. One of these days. But you know what? I haven't rolled the dice in a long time. You know what, Bryson, why don't you take a guess? 1 through 20. What do you think?
17.
17. Okay, if you would have stuck with 7, you would have also been wrong. But it wasn't 17 either. But all right. It is 10. First guess in chat is Mr. Squiggles, and it's 10. That is fun. I love that. It's so rare. It's happened before, but it's very rare when the very first guess in chat is the winner, and that is Mr. Squiggles today. Congratulations, it's 10. You won absolutely nothing. Save it up for nothing. Go to the store and buy yourself nothing, or maybe buy your mother nothing, because everyone should call their mothers and get them nothing. So Crigler Coffee says, I taste nice. Trust me. Come get some. I like it. This is a great super chat. Probably my favorite super chat of the night. Robert Shaw says, regulators, mount up. I had to say it. I read it and then I was like, oh, I got to say it right. You can't just read that. Regulators mount up. See, that sounds so weird, right? You hear it in your head, don't you? You know what I'm saying? And then the beat kicks in. Fed up in India. Oh, Fed up in Indiana just gave me $5. Thank you. I would have loved to, you could have said anything. That's fine. Robert Shaw says, I'm a rap god in the shower. Hey, yo. Dropping hard R's in the shower. No, just kidding.
I love it.
Robert Shaw says, roll a 17 for the lulls. It wasn't a 17. Sorry. Get wrecked. Aerodynamic says, between us, is Lydia the reason Fuentes has never gone on Tim's show? I have no idea, nor do I care. Fantastic Mr. Knox with a $70 super chat. Wow. Does Bryson drink coffee? If so, get him a bag. Otherwise, dice roll. Do you drink coffee?
Fun fact, I am the pickiest eater alive. I am a super taster, and I've never had coffee in my life.
Really? Ever?
Never tried it. Never tried
now,
it.
What is the reasoning? Is because it's got, do you avoid caffeine, or like, what do you?
So if you have to Google it. I'm a super taster.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Explain to me.
So I'm a super taster, which is the reason I'm probably like no troll. I'm not over exaggerating. I am the most pickiest eater alive because the way I taste things is like stronger or something. So a lot of taste, I simply can't handle a lot of different tastes. Like certain foods, I can eat the top half, can't eat the bottom half. Like it's very weird.
So is that like cilantro? Does that taste like soap to you? Is that one of those, or is this something different?
Never had cilantro.
Never even had it,
bro.
Is it? But like, do you want to know if you like it or not, or just like reach out?
Every time I try, I can sort of smell like. This might sound crazy. My first time trying a watermelon.
Okay.
Was last year with my girlfriend's mother.
Last year.
Yes, and. Like my girlfriend was adopted at 2 weeks old, so her mother is white, and she gave me my first watermelon that I've tried. And they said it tastes like nothing, but it had such a strong taste to me. I did not like watermelon. It wasn't the worst thing I ever had, but I did. You
don't like watermelon? Watermelon's delicious.
I do not like it. I don't like the taste of it, man. It tastes like flavored. It's like flavored water, but too much flavor. I don't know.
I like watermelon a lot. I fry it up. I make like watermelon steaks. It's delicious.
What is that?
No joke. I make steak out of watermelon. You think I'm joking?
How do you do that?
So you cut it into like, I don't know, like fillet. You make little chunks like what a fillet would look like, and then you season it and fry it on a grill, and it's delicious. It gets crispy on the outside. I'm not joking at all. It's really it's its own thing.
I've never heard that in my life.
Yeah. But I didn't know about. But look, hey, I'll send you. I'm gonna send you a mug. We got mugs. I'll send you a mug, and that is
Please do.
Fantastic. Mr. Knox has just gifted you a Crigler coffee mug. Thank you, Mr. Knox. I appreciate that. Byron Banks with a $10 super chat says, have you talked about the sexual predator in Northern Virginia high schools using their new bathroom privileges to commit crime? The victim's dad was arrested and put on watch defending his kid. I have talked about that story multiple times, actually, Byron. It is absolutely disgusting. And it is the reason that people are upset, because there are always going to be predators that take advantage of that stupid bill. Because I identify as a woman now, I'm going to go into the women's bathroom and rape someone because you can't do anything about it. Like that's what they're doing. That's what happened in Wee Spa in California. Same thing. Dude showed his freaking schlong to a 9-year-old kid. The mom got pissed off and the crowd attacked the mom. But it turns out the person who did it was a registered sex offender who was arrested for felonies doing the same thing over the course of 2 decades. Hello. They're taking advantage of these laws to get their pedophile ways and get their kicks out. Pisses me off, that whole thing. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm so fed up with it. It's like, again,
I love it.
Hey, look, you're an adult. You do your thing. Don't mess with kids. And don't mess with other people. I don't want you mess with me. I don't want you showing me your stuff. Like, whatever. I mean, most of them. They go into the girls' bathroom to take advantage of it in that direction. It usually flows in one direction. You notice it always flows in one direction. Male to female, dominating women's sports. What's going on with the female to male? Why aren't they dominating men's sports? What's up with that?
I wonder why, but I don't know what I can say. Hey, bro, my phone.
Thank you.
And I have to go.
Hey, you got to go. Hey, we're done. We're done. This is the last. That was like, there's only like 2 super chats left. So thank you for joining me. Please, everyone, go follow Bryson Gray and join him tonight. He's going to be joining the Tuesday night main event over on Geeks and Gamers. Definitely go check it out. That show is fantastic. I love those guys over there. And Bryson, have a great night, bud. Thanks for joining me.
Bro, thank you so much for having me on, bro.
All right, I'll see you next time. All right, guys, that was Bryson Gray. He is fantastic. Gotta love that guy. And thanks for getting him a mug, Mr. Knox. That's very cool. Robert Shaw says, watermelon filled with vodka. I never actually tried that. You cut a hole and then dump vodka in it, right? And it soaks it up. Yeah, I never did that. Deli says, for Super Taster, just imagine 3 to 10 times concentrate of the food. Like drinking orange concentrate, no water added, but more concentrated. Oh, is that what it's like? So he tastes everything just like 10 times more strongly. Wow. So you know what? He might actually like my coffee because my coffee's actually good. So he'll taste really good coffee. Interesting. Thanks for that $10 super chat. Robert Shaw says, will Adam get a strike? Vote down below, yes or no. Why would I get a strike? No, I didn't do anything. Don't put that evil on me, man. Jonna Lind says, sending support from Queens, New York, $20. Thank you, Jonna. I used to live in Queens. I really enjoyed my time living in Queens. I used to get my pizza from this little tiny spot. Singa's. It was called Singa's. It was located inside of a grocery store on Northern Boulevard. I lived in Astoria, 46th Street. And I also lived over in Long Island City for a long time as well. But yeah, I had good times in Queens. I used to skate up and over the Midtown Bridge, and it sucked because the ground is terrible for skateboarding. Anyway, You guys are fantastic. Thanks for joining me today. I will, of course, be back tomorrow here on The Crigler Show, and I will see you there. And I will be twitching again tonight. I was twitching last night. I go on in a few hours. I'm going to hang out and have some food, but then I'll be up on my Twitch channel. Commodore Crigler is my Twitch name. I keep it separate from politics and news. I just talk games and hang out. So feel free to come join me over there later on tonight, and I will see you guys there. I will see... we got one more. Liz B says, let's go, Bryson. I meant that, of course, literally. Ah, nice. Yes. Like, actually, let's go. This is how you say it. Let's go, Bryson. Right? You gotta add like 4 O's to the go part, and then it makes sense. All right, guys. So I will see you all next time. Thank you all so much. Looking forward to Friday's stream too, because I will be dressed up in my Halloween costume. And very excited. All right, guys, thank you so much. And I will see you all next time. Good night.